the Drop Stitch Garter Pattern. Hi guys, I'm Kristen and welcome to Studio Knit. Dropping a stitch is usually considered something bad, but we are doing it on purpose to achieve this beautiful knit stitch pattern that is great for summer because it has this wonderful breathability here. It is reversible. It makes a beautiful scarf and you can get really creative with fashions. If you think this drop stitch garter pattern is going to be a fun knit, go ahead, hit like, it really helps me out. So let's get started. We begin by creating our beloved slip knot. And I am casting on using the long tail cast on method. You can do it however you'd like. And it's great because we can cast on any number of stitches. In my example here, I am casting on 30, but you can cast on absolutely any number you choose. So for rows 1, 2, 3, and 4, all we're doing is knitting every single stitch. And that's why it's called the Drop Stitch Garter Pattern, because in between those dropped stitches, all we're doing is knitting up that garter knit stitch pattern that you're all familiar with. Finishing row 1 after knitting every single stitch on your needle, you are going to be repeating that until you have 4 rows of knit stitch in the garter pattern. Okay, here's where the fun begins. Row 5, you'll see in the pattern, it's knitting 1. And then after just knitting 1 stitch, we're going to do a yarn over, that's what YO means, 2 times. So yarn over, we bring it to the front in between our 2 needles, that's yarn over 1. And we do it 1 more time into the front, that's yarn over 2. We're gonna do this another time, so you'll definitely catch on. Again, in between the asterisks, we are going to knit 1, and then we bring it around, and we have done knit 1, and then these next 2 stitches that we completed, those are the 2 yarn overs, and then we knitted 1 more time. And continue with the yarn over 2 times. So you bring your yarn to the front, that's yarn over 1, bring it around to the front again, that is yarn over 2. Now we're just holding our yarn as we go ahead and we knit as we normally would, and the yarn naturally comes around to the back because we're knitting, and we just knit through that stitch. Let's get back into focus here. Okay, and again, it is the knit 1, and then the next 2 stitches are the 2 yarn overs, our knit 1, those 2 yarn overs, and knit 1. And we just repeat this all the way down row 5 until the very last stitch after your 2 yarn overs. It is simply knitting 1. You'll see that in the pattern. Now we have about 3 times as many stitches on our needle because of all of those extra yarn overs that we did. And we're going to get rid of them in row 6, our last row. And now we're ready to get dropping. So row 6, it is knit 1, and then we are dropping 2. So those yarn overs, those 2 yarn overs, we are just flicking them, dropping them off of our needle, 1 and 2. And you'll see that the yarn, it's long and it's in the front. It naturally will just fall to the front for you. And then knit that knit stitch again. We are always knitting the knit stitch that we knit in row 5. So drop, drop. And here is how those drop stitches are looking, and we just continue this pattern all the way down row 6, drop, drop, and we finish with that last knit stitch right there. Here is how our drop stitches are looking, and now we just repeat rows 1 through 6 until we reach the length we desire. I hope you are inspired to give this drop stitch garter pattern a try. It's really fun once you get the hang of those 6 rows. And make sure to check out all of my knit stitch patterns. I have links in the description below. I also have a really great summer knit series going on, so make sure to check those out as well. I'll see you next time. Bye!